Here's our home editor, Jason Farrell, and a warning that Jason's report contains graphic descriptions of women being strip-searched that you may find distressing.
Unlawful arrests, demeaning strip searches, exercising powers they don't have. This inquiry, triggered by a Sky News investigation into Greater Manchester Police, calls for urgent change.
Right, Denica, the time's 10:42. You're under arrest on suspicion of blackmail and...
This arrest on Denica Stewart was unlawful, said the Baird Inquiry. She'd reported a sexual offence against someone else, complained about the investigation, and in Dame Vera's words, based on almost nothing, she was detained herself and strip-searched.
The truth is, once you're through those doors, it is police and police and police and no one but police. And so they can do what they want. I have seen all the body-worn video, all the custody video, all the statements, and it is a rare mind that is not a police mind that looks at these and sees, my goodness, you're not treating the public well.
Dame Vera says domestic violence victims, abuse victims or women reporting crimes by men have been wrongly criminalised by the police, sometimes when the alleged abuser accuses them of a misdemeanour.
You called him a disgusting tramp. Do you recall sending that message?
She says the police then helps the offender punish the person who reported them.
I'm not doing it, I'm not talking about it! I'm not you are not tormenting me!
She says Denica shouldn't have been subjected to this ordeal, where she leaves the interview room in distress.
Do you find some of it hard to watch?
Yeah.
To have someone like Vera Baird stand up there and say, you were right, they were wrong, how does that feel?
It feels very overwhelming for her to actually stand there and be the person that she is and be in the position that she's in and say, you're right, they shouldn't have done what they've done to you, and I've done everything to prove that, is something that I'll never forget.
Is that going to change? Are people going to be able to complain about what happens behind closed doors in police stations?
I think there has never been an adequate system. Your report that exposed these things did a public service, but it then helped me to do what I am required to do, which is hold Greater Manchester Police to account so that the public here can have confidence.
The report says, if these officers are examples of the culture in GMP, it seems to be one of exercising power they don't have, as and when they wish, without expecting to be held to account for it. Without this inquiry, none of these issues would have been held up to the light of public scrutiny. That is a worrying possibility. It adds, the strategic priority to increase arrests may be driving unwise and unlawful arrests.
Dame Vera has pointed to a number of examples where, at best, people might describe what we've done as crass, insensitive, and frankly wrong. At worst, they might suspect that some of our people have malign intent. Where wrongdoing is established on anybody's part, where that misconduct meets that which is required, they will be exited the organisation.
I told the sergeant I'm not going to be able to get home.
Dame Vera examined the case raised by Sky News of a domestic violence victim we called Maria, who'd gone to the police station to recover money from her detained partner, but was arrested herself after she expressed frustration with officers because no one would help her. Despite knowing she was also a sexual abuse victim, police strip-searched her to look for a concealed vape.
It sends you back to that point in time where you've been abused and hurt. I did feel like I was being used as a piece of meat, and that men wouldn't be used in that, that don't get strip searched in that way. And it's a lot different for women. It's less dignified, especially if they're asking you to open up your legs, because it's so intimate.
She was required to be naked and to open up her vagina and open up her anus so that they could look inside.
Dame Vera found the arrest and strip search unlawful, adding it also highlights how police readily criminalise traumatised women who express frustration with the police response. We can reveal that despite all of these findings, Maria is still due to appear in court over the police allegations.
My hands are here!
Right.
You fool!
Right, stop being
There are wide-ranging changes being made in Manchester to monitor legitimacy of arrests and to reduce the need for strip searching, some also being recommended for national implementation. Jason Farrell, Sky News.